Don't you hate when you're watching one of your favorite movies and think, whoa, that didn't age well?
Or when you see a reboot of your childhood fave and think, did we really need this?
Honestly,
Same.
That's why we started the Nostalgia Podcast.
A podcast where we discuss the retelling or continuation of pop culture favorites as seen through a queer and feminist lens.
That's Jessica Tercero.
And that's Eric Lefebvre.
Come join us for our bi-weekly conversations about pop culture reboots centered around things like
The patriarchy,
systemic racism,
harmful stereotypes and overgeneralizations,
and really just distinguishing when people just need to sit this one out.
Listen in on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube.
That's Nostalgia, spelled Notstalgia. Get it?
Not nostalgia. Like nostalgia, but with an extra T, so it's like not nostalgia.
Follow us for fun, critical conversations about media. And remember, stay cute.
And stay critical.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, we just roll right in. We just like, it's like we all just bought new skates and we're like rolling up to the skate park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Lousy Advice Podcast. I'm going to just be brave and go ahead and say that my name's Eric.
My name's Shelby.
That was very brave of you. And my name's Jake.
Thank you, Jake. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
This week, we're joined by a very special guest, Rob Lanterman of Hidden Home Records and of Shrug Dealer, the band.
Whoa.
Welcome to the effing party.
Such a good band name.
Shrug Dealer is dope.
Thanks.
It's a great.
I didn't come up with it.
It's like such a sick name.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You can
It's,
take full credit. We won't. We'll.
Yeah, we're biased,
the one
so
we all
we'll believe
agreed
you.
on.
We're fine.
Yeah.
It's the one we all agreed on.
Was it given to you by YouTuber's bald brother?
You know, it wasn't, but let's say it was.
Do you want to hear what Lousy Advice could have been called? It was on our short list.
Oh wait,
What was
I
it?
forget.
Yeah, what was it?
Huckleberry Daddy.
Oh yeah,
Huckleberry
That's
Daddy. From
Yeah, I'm really glad you didn't do that.
Same.
it's from when we were driving through Montana or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And we just really were
That
stoked
big
on
Huckleberry sign, that big Huckleberry sign was there, and someone, it was probably fucking Eric, said Huckleberry Daddy. Yeah, that was probably you.
Did you guys play Montana?
We did.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
played
we did.
Missoula.
We played Missoula.
So I lived over in the PNW for years and never played Montana.
Oh.
And
I
I don't know why.
I
That was a
regularly
crazy
forget that's
show.
right there. No, I'm just kidding. You're 3 hours ahead of us, and I know that this is a little late for you, so I don't want to.
Yeah, very professional of you guys to recognize the time difference.
Yes,
We try.
Yeah.
we try
Yeah.
our best.
You're
well,
the
that
first.
was largely Shelby, so I do not remember and regularly forget.
So it's really only 6 o'clock there?
It
Yeah.
is
6:30.
6:25. Oh,
I like
That
just got
is,
off work.
okay.
Oh, wow. One of us
Quick for
was
a dick.
exaggerating. Which one was it? We'll never know.
Well, I just looked at the clock, so it's you.
My bad.
This is the Menzingers episode.
The
where,
what?
Whoa, buddy.
Wait, did I say it wrong?
The Menzingers?
Menzingers?
Yes.
Menzingers. Yeah.
Oh, what? Okay, I'm gonna scratch that. Hold on, take it back. Eric, edit this out later.
Menzinger sounds like a birth control pill.
Yeah, it does.
Menzingers.
Men.
So my
Men-
sister told me when I started listening to this band.
That it was
But
a
Menzingers especially.
Menzingers.
I'm gonna shut up. Talk.
This is the Menzingers episode.
Ew.
Like the gender and then the dessert treat. This men
the
Zing-
dessert
zinger.
What is
treat.
a zinger?
You've never had a zinger?
It's
right
like
up Jake's
a
alley.
it's like a
gas
it's kind of like a
station.
Twinkie. It's kind of like a Twinkie, but it's
No.
got a bunch of frosting on top.
I hate it. Not
It
interested.
is exactly like a Twinkie.
Is-
What are you talking about?
No,
Is it
I don't
like a
know
Twinkie?
it. I don't know. Oh, you're talking.
She said no.
I was thinking it was more like a Swiss roll, kind of, but like with more frosting over it.
It's like a Twinkie version of a Swiss roll.
Wee.
Yeah, you know what, Jake? You're right. You would
Yeah.
know. You gas station hot dog lover.
I actually
Whoa.
hate zingers, but you know,
Well,
It's
but I do
what?
love gas station hot dogs with nacho cheese.
Yes.
this is
That's bad.
that is real bad. I'm regularly concerned, Jake, but you know what? Live your beautiful life. I love whatever brings you joy. This is the Menzingers episode, and in this episode, let me just break it down for you. We're essentially deciding on the top 11 Menzingers songs, canonically forever in history. never to be changed or duplicated.
As Taylor Swift said, forever and always.
Forever and always. As
Good Charlotte said, always and forever.
And we love Good Charlotte.
Dang.
I think as
TED Talk. Hello.
As oh God.
Oh my God, you
Never mind,
interrupted us for this?
I lost it.
Okay. Rob, what is your history with the band the Menzingers?
Well, I'm texting someone and telling them that I just brought up Good Charlotte on this Menzingers podcast.
Hey, we played a Good Charlotte cover before, so we're all for
Lousy
Good
Advice?
Charlotte.
No,
Yeah,
Sad Girls
no.
Club and Sad Girls
Lightweight.
Club and Lightweight. We rotated, like Sad Girls Club started it, and as it progressed, Lightweight members started taking over our instruments.
So,
So because we were playing the same
Okay,
It
show.
was
so
really cute.
I love that. I'm really bummed that we weren't a part of your guys' split, but it's okay. We'll complain later. So I think
That wasn't
I
our
just wanted
choice.
to say. So my experience with the Menzingers.
Well,
I actually have a lot of
Mm.
sincere thoughts about the Menzingers. But I just got done from hanging with a friend, and drinking and eating pizza. So I'm in a pop punk mood.
Naturally.
But to put it lightly, I heard the Menzingers, I think, on whatever that EP was they did for Red Scare before their second album. But then I didn't really get into them till On the Impossible Past, like most people.
Yeah.
And that I heard at a time I was going through a breakup. I was sad, and it hit me, and that it actually, like, I mean, I've done like solo stuff forever, like solo acoustic, my name kind of stuff, and it kind of like really influenced that stuff too, because they are kind of like folky songs, but played through like a full band kind of idea. So yeah, I think that they were, for me, they were one of the first bands that kind of like made vulnerability and like capital P punk rock really palatable for me, and like really accessible. So I mean obviously there's like vulnerable punk rock across the spectrum, but like they just did it in a way that like really hit me personally. This is like 2013 when this happened.
Yeah.
It was like that. It was kind of
I was gonna say
the height of that stuff.
you said they were kind of brought emotional punk rock to the forefront. I'm like, Avril Lavigne, ever heard of her?
I love her.
But I missed my joke. I got it in there anyways.
Oh, well, thank you for saying it.
Yeah, I'm sorry I had to interrupt you to do that. But thank you for your history.
It's your podcast.
I know, but I'm such like a I don't know. Okay, Jake, what's your history with the Menzingers? Just tell us.
So,
tell us now.
I feel like they were always a band that was kind of in the background and people would talk about in a way. Especially since they were kind of wrapped up in the Red Scare kind of deal. Like their first two records are on Red Scare, I believe.
Funny how I never knew that.
Really?
Me neither.
I'm a big fan. Sorry.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Jake, is that food?
Oh, yes, it is.
What is
take
it?
Take your sandwich out then. It's a sandwich. Don't worry. I'm hungry. I'm a hungry boy. So I feel like they're the first time I really checked them out was there's a Lawrence Arms 10th anniversary show. I got to bring Lawrence Arms into this because they're like heavily linked
Every episode.
together. Yeah. So at the 10th anniversary show, they played 106 South, which is a song that the drummer Neil sings, and they brought out the drummer for the Menzingers to play. And so I really liked that version of the song, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna check out this band because this drummer's playing here, whatever. And it was around the time that Rented World had probably come out. And
that late, huh?
I
was
went,
just
yeah.
saying the same thing.
Yeah, and I went to check out On the Impossible Past because that's one that everybody loves, and just fell in love with the record from the first couple of words, like the way that record starts.
Quote it.
You instantly know if you're gonna like it or not, or if it's significant to you in some way. Like when it starts with, I've been having a horrible time pulling myself together. It's just, you're like, you either that instantly gets you like rock hard, or Or
talk about a Menzinger.
Wait.
Or you're just not into it.
Sorry.
So Eric did listen to that for the first time today in the kitchen. How did you feel? Because I feel like you didn't even acknowledge it. You walked out of the room.
So I don't know, and this is just me. I've tried, and I might eat my words at some point in the future. Hopefully I will. It does not resonate with me. It hasn't resonated with me. I've tried previously. I've tried recently, and I don't think their music has really resonated with me. I like the song Gates, and that was after like covering it. But I was like, oh, this is gorgeous. And hearing you sing it, I was like, this is a great song. But it just didn't resonate with me initially. Yeah. Well, Shelby, what's your history with this band?
I mean, currently I on YouTube have 2 different YouTube videos of me covering Gates. So when I was 19,
I wonder what your number 1 is.
It's not Gates.
Good.
Anyway.
Yeah, Jake, you can take it back, okay?
So I was probably 19 or so when I listened to On the Impossible Past. I think it had been out for a little bit of time, but I too was going through a breakup like Rob, but I had dumped the guy and I was fine. But I heard Gates, and I was like, oh my god, this song's beautiful. And then I heard the Obituaries, and because I was a maniac and I didn't know that you should listen to that like in the right order, so I had it on shuffle. But literally I got through every single song like hit some sort of chord within me. Every single song. Did I say that enough times?
Every single song?
Anyway, so I've just kind of been a big stan ever since. But somehow I've never seen them live. Like I've always worked shitty service jobs and I've never been able to see them live. I've never been able to make it to a show.
Oh, I was just gonna say they're not the first, they're like the second maybe band that I ever traveled for to see.
Okay.
What
tour was that?
It was like right when I started. So for people who aren't aware of Hidden Home, I live in New York, but I am from Boise, Idaho. I had booked the band Sundressed on their first show in Boise the night that the Menzingers were playing, and so I drove to Salt Lake the next day to go see them. And the tour was the Menzingers, Lemuria, Pup, and Cayetana.
That was a show I wasn't able to make. That devastated
and,
me.
Menzingers headlined. Lemuria was right before them. And then Pup was, second. Cayetana was first. I think I bought Cayetana's EP in like a paper bag.
Incredible.
It was like really cool. Like looking, like I saw, once I moved to New York, I saw Pop play to like 2,000 people, and I was like, this is kind of like cool. Like it was like one of those full circle moments of like,
oh yeah,
it was just cool. And I think that was like right after Rented World came out. So, Span means a lot to me. I'll shut up. Go on.
My favorite Menzingers record.
I was gonna say
Rented World, huh?
Okay, so On the Impossible Past is inarguably
So
the best.
it's gonna be so
Okay,
messy.
listen, shut the
This is
fuck
gonna
up.
be messy.
Shut up. So,
Already.
On the Impossible Past is inarguably the best Menzingers record. Okay, we all know this. We all acknowledge this. Rented World is my favorite. Those two things can be true at the same time.
It's true. It's true.
Sometimes you go through a traumatic event and the Menzingers write a fucking entire record about just feeling like shit again for the second time ever.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say I went and saw Menzingers and forgot that I saw them.
That is upsetting to me.
I've seen them twice.
You've seen them twice.
And the first time I saw them, it was at Fest. And they played all of On the Impossible Past from front to back.
Oh, I would scream.
And it was the only time they've played Freedom Bridge ever. The only time.
Wow.
And
Really?
It was fantastic. Yeah. Because they're like, this song's like a bummer and hard to play, so we really don't play it. And so they actually played that song. They're like, okay, so we don't end on a bummer note. They played a Bouncing Souls cover of Manthem to end the set, which was a bummer for me because I was like, they played Manthem.
What a choice they made.
I saw them play Kate is Great once.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Gorge.
Just shut up.
Let's jump into the game.
Let's fucking do it.
Cool.
I'm ready to fight.
Let's hit it. I'm gonna read this beautiful script that Jake sent and wrote. Hello, and welcome to Tunedraft, a game in which members of Lousy Advice and or guests will competitively collaborate to create artist or genre-centric best of lists. My name's Eric. I'm going to be your draft commissioner, and creating tonight's lists will be singular, will be Jake, Shelby, and Rob. This is how it's going to go. I'm going to go off script. This is me winging it. Can you believe this? So we're going to play a game of trivia before the game starts to decide who's picking what. The picking positions are 11, 10, 6, and 3, 9, 8, 5, and 2, and 7, 4, and 1. So each person will get to pick one of those things, and that depends on if they get the trivia questions correct. For this trivia game, there are only 2 rules. One is the Alex Trebek Memorial Rule, which is I must finish the question before anyone can answer. And the second rule is the Lord Bullington Rule, which is only one wrong guess before anyone answers, meaning you can't answer a second time until
Fucking
at least
stop
everybody.
looking at me like that while you're eating that sandwich, Jake. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Eric.
It's okay. Yeah. Do you have any questions before I jump into trivia?
Can you repeat the positions that we can
Oh, yeah.
be voting for?
So one position selection will be 11, 10, 6, and 3. The second one will be 9, 8, 5, and 2. And then the last position will be 7, 4, and 1. Yeah. So that one gets one less pick, but you get to pick the number 1 song of the canon, Forever and Ever, Amen.
Yeah, I'm reading my list over. Sorry.
I'm really
You're
weirded
gonna
out that
have-
you could tell I was.
You're gonna have
could
to
tell I was looking at you.
strategize. You were just looking me in my eyes. I could just tell.
But I wasn't even looking at the camera.
But
That's
you
what's
were
fucked up
looking
about
at
it.
me. I knew it was for me.
That's
don't
fucked up.
know. I knew it was for me.
Do you have any questions, Rob?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. We're going to jump into the trivia. To buzz into trivia, you just say your name. Whoever I hear first, I will be biased, and I'll pick whoever I like and or want to pick. So there's not really any way that goes. So just say your name if you know the answer, and then, yeah. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Speaking of Menzingers, these songs are about dad jokes or funny male comedians. Question 1. This famous 1978 sitcom launched Robin Williams into early stardom.
Jake.
Jake.
Is it Mork and Mindy?
Ding, ding, ding. We have a correct answer from Jake.
You know what I want, baby. I want that 9852.
9852. Okay.
God damn it, you son of a
9,
bitch.
8,
Uh,
5, and 2. Gorgine.
For those of you not watching, Jake just dabbed in 2021.
Dabbing. It's when you just hit it. Okay. Are our other 2 contestants ready to move on?
Sure.
Gorgine.
Gotta get
This next one's a bit of a ringer, but just what comes to mind initially, you're probably correct. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Somebody's got to buzz in.
Shelby.
Shelby.
Shelby who?
No, say the first one.
What?
What? Who's there?
Yeah, you got it right. Shelby gets it. With,
That was so fucking dumb.
with who's there? Dad jokes, right? Menzingers. Hey.
To be honest with
yeah.
you, I think that Shelby got it wrong, but it's fine.
Your opinion
I
doesn't
don't
matter.
care. That was so confusing. I don't
Whoa.
care.
I
She
know,
said
I'm so-
Shelby. She said Shelby who?
No, but she
after
said
she buzzed in.
she said first who's there.
Yeah.
So off
I
the top
thought
of the
we were
head,
doing a bit.
I mean, it
Yeah,
kind of
it's
is
fair.
a bit. I'm just
It's
so
fine.
funny.
Go
I'm so
with
sorry.
it. Go with it.
I'm so sorry. I'm just hilarious.
I win.
What do you want?
Okay, yeah, 7, 4, and 1.
7, 4, and 1 goes to Shelby.
Once again,
That
Cool.
means
Giving our guest
Rob will be
the
getting
worst
11,
placement.
10, 6, and 3. Although you have a lot of picks. So
and the veto override.
and the veto. Oh, I didn't explain this. So every person gets
Yeah,
a veto.
please.
Gets a veto. So if somebody plays a song, Jake has 2 vetoes. He's pointing out. So if somebody plays a song that you're like, that song stinks, I hate it, I veto it, and then they have to play a different song and can't play that song again. And so since you're in this position, you also get, on top of that, a veto override, meaning if you see that interaction happen where somebody vetoes a song, you can jump in and say, actually, I agree with the person who picked the song. It stays, vetoes canceled.
So I get 1 veto and 1 veto override.
That is
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
You have power,
Sick.
Yeah. So there's
but
some,
I get the number 1 choice.
you do. And there's some
And
perks to
so-
this position.
And so the ones that I get to choose really quick are
11, 10, 6, and 3.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Gorge. Is everyone ready to start?
Gorgina.
Yes.
Welcome to the show for the 5th time. This is the Menzingers episode. This is the top 11 Menzingers. Did I say Menzingers again? I'm sorry. The top 11
I say it all the time, too. It's fine.
Songs of all time. Undisputably, the Menzingers, if you're listening to this, any of you,
Venmo.
you're welcome for doing this job for you. We're going to start off at spot number 11. Rob, what's your pick? What's your number 11 pick?
I'm gonna say My Friend Chris.
Okay. We're getting some.
Jake is blinking.
We're getting some eye work. Some eye. Picks. Rob, why did you pick this song?
Well, first of all, I'm actually so before preparing for this, I readied 12 songs, and I'm erasing one of my songs to put this in.
That was
want to interrupt. I don't want to interrupt, but did you mean My Friend Kyle?
No, I meant My Friend Chris.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
So this song is one that I heard late in my Menzingers fandom. It's on like an EP. So I guess I'm just being kind of a dick. It's hard. The Menzingers do a lot. You guys look so sad.
We're like open books.
It's a good storytelling song. It as like a songwriter, it goes back to the hook well without being too cliche. It's the only like sad acoustic-y one I put on my list, but I think that it's legitimately like it sticks out in their catalog as one that is really like they've done like a whole acoustic album, and this song like out, in my opinion, like stands out among all of those, like above all those. I think it just I'm doing a bad job of explaining it. I just really like the song. How about that?
It's okay. Honestly, explaining why you like something can be so stressful, and I feel that all the time on this podcast. So I feel that sentiment.
And it's also a huge game changer because oftentimes the emotional weight behind a song and the pick can sway the judges.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
And also, this is number 11.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's a choice for sure. But it's number 11, you know?
So wait, Shelby, how do you feel about it then?
I think it's a snoozer, but that's okay.
Snoozy snooze.
That's fine. That's just my opinion. Not all media is for me.
We're hitting snooze on this one.
Jake?
Yeah, it's I only have one Impossible song on my list, and this obviously isn't it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Same.
That's just the way it worked out, man.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun episode.
But it's like number 3. The only Impossible song I have is number 3.
Red Scare.
Shout out.
Sorry, Toby.
Shout out Toby. This song is kind of a snoozer, but it's good. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's number 11, so I'm not really gonna be like, oh my god, like how did this make the list, whatever. It's good, and it's a great song.
That's pretty fucking interesting because you definitely vetoed me at number 11.
Yeah. But Lawrence Arms are like my favorite. Like if we were doing like a Sprainerd list, I'd be throwing vetoes left and right.
Yeah, that would be honestly kind of a bloodbath. Okay, we'll get there one day.
So, but since Menzingers are only like my 3rd or 4th favorite band, we're gonna keep it here at 11. It's fine.
We're in comfortable territory. Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, then that means we're officially locking it in. My Friend Chris, number 11. Locked.
Oh man, I've already ruined it. We just started.
Sometimes it be like that.
Sometimes that's.
I'm excited for the potential that
Which
my
is so
picks
funny
aren't the
because you kind of formulate an idea of what you think everybody else is gonna play.
Yeah.
And then somebody plays something and you go like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I never in a million years. Yeah.
So Jake, I thought that you would be all Tom. I thought you'd be like a big Tom
no.
fan.
I only have
you're
one Tom
totally
song on my
wrong.
list. I only have one Tom song on my list.
That's so funny. Cool.
Well, speaking of that, it's your pick again. We're back at number 10.
Speaking of Tom?
No, speaking of
Of cool.
Of cool.
No, but speaking of Tom.
Speaking of perfect.
Okay.
See, there was a segue there, and I had no even idea. No even idea. No
Aliens
even idea.
exist. No.
We're moving right along, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna sneak it over. Number 10.
I'm gonna say number 10. Bad Things.
Okay. Why Bad Things?
I actually do like that song.
Okay, so the thing about Bad Things is this is around the time that I started realizing, and I have more to say about this, but I'm going to say this, don't follow it to its farthest logical conclusion. It's when I started realizing that Greg does a lot of the things that I don't like about the Menzingers. Okay. And I started thinking that Tom was kind of underrated as far as his writing goes. I think Bad Things is really cool because the lyrics are really haunting and dark. It ends in the bridge. I love songs that end in the bridge. I rarely think you ever need like a third chorus. I think the lyric at the end, the whole song is really dark, and at the end he's like, I'm going to do it this time, and he sings that over and over again. Yeah. It's got a lot of like loud, heavy, soft dynamics back and forth. And I think it's kind of an underrated Menzinger song.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So there you go. Thank you, Shelby.
Actually, if there was one of his songs that I would put on my list, this song did not make my list, but it was on a longer version. I think it's a great song. Mm-hmm. Also, in a really sadly relatable, I have a lot of dreams that my teeth are falling out all the time. So just to have that be the first line of a song was very resonating with me. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's a good song. I think it's a sleeper too.
Jake, how are you vibing with this choice?
So okay, this is where we start with
sweet.
The discourse about Rented World. I strongly dislike that record.
Why?
I just think
I feel like that's such a take.
To borrow a term from a previous episode, I think it's a flaccid record.
Mm-mm.
Whoa!
No.
I think it's got
that right there. That's a Menzinger.
Yeah. There are 3 songs on that record I like.
What songs are they? Actually, no, we'll say.
No, we'll actually, I'm probably not going to play the one that made my list, but it's fine. Yeah, it just is such an unexciting vibe of a record that I just can't get behind it because, the thing that I like from them a lot is the songs are energetic and exciting, but they're also a bum out. And I feel like this record is all just bum out.
Sometimes you need that.
But that's not why I'm going to them. like I'm going to them.
You have
for
other
that.
Sources for those.
I'm going to them for going, for the I will fuck this up being in an exciting, energetic way.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't like this record that much. But that being said, it's number 10. And I can leave it here. That's fine.
Okay. Well, here we go. We love. I
want to shape the bottom of this list.
You're shaping it.
You want to shape a bottom? I like it.
I mean, that's what I'm also trying to shape a bottom. Lot of squats.
Aren't we all?
I
just bought a workout axe, so I'm definitely trying to shape a bottom.
You know what I just bought? I bought one of those leg bands where you like spread your legs and like squat, and so it's engaging. And then you do that like leg kickback. Anyways, it's kind of working. It's really nice.
The tension on that thing is crazy.
It's crazy. It's so strong. Oh my god! And my legs are about to be so strong. Get out of here. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Locking in number 10 with Bad Things. That means we're going to Jake's first pick, number 9. Jake.
So I'm going to do... Sorry, I cut you off.
I mean, if you want to run the show, like by all means.
What were you going to say? What were you going to say? I want to hear you setting me up.
Fine. Here we go. Jake.
Yes.
No, that's it. That was my setup. Go for it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to do what I did the past couple times and just start with my top 5 or whatever, or top 4, just to get what I want on the list. So I'm going to play my second favorite song off of On the Impossible Pass because I want it to make the list, and I don't know if anybody else is going to play it. Obviously, I would love for it to be higher up, but I want to get on this list, and it is going to be Mexican Guitars. Oh, no.
I love that song. Are we mad about that?
That's also that's my second favorite on the Impossible Pass too.
Oh
yeah,
wow!
It is lyrically, I think it is just so. It's such a good song about just having a friend that you've played music with for a long time.
Yeah.
and just having that relationship, that kind of like me and Donnie or me and Brian kind of relationship where it's like, you know, like you're an old friend, you know, just this whole thing about, you know, and the way that I picture, you know, that like it's like the lyrics are so vivid in my head about, you know, me and you on our Mexican guitars talking about having like either like for some reason in my head it brings up like Mexican made Fenders because those are the cheaper versions of them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
too.
yeah,
Me
like
too,
us
yeah.
like having those cheaper guitars and just doing what we can to make music and stuff like that. And it's just so good at painting a visual picture of this song. One of the line in this one that makes it for me is that you know, you covered up your innocence in bad tattoos of the bands you loved in high school. The ones you said that I had to listen to. It's just so fucking good. And it just is. I love songs that tackle friendship relationships as opposed to, and that's what we try to do in Lightweight a lot, where it's like more about friendship relationships than like romantic ones. And because I just think that that's an underserved subject where it's about, you know, it's a, you know, because those are intimate relationships that you have for a long time, sometimes longer than romantic relationships. So
Yeah.
I feel much deeper about those sometimes.
Yeah.
That's totally
That's
fair.
Yeah, I also hate relationships.
No, that's a good point. That song.
Yeah.
That song, it gives me the same sort of fuzzy feelings that Copilot gives me. Like
Yeah,
just it
it's
really
kind of similar.
It really is like your pal and you playing music from the dawn of time. It's a song that I directly associate with Travis, so I totally feel that same sentiment. And I love that song. That did not make my list. That being said, but it's a great song. I just love a lot of songs, and that one wasn't on my short list. Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm gonna go listen to this now. I mean, it sounds cool. I could be swayed with any story. I'm like so invested now.
Yeah.
Rob, you like this song? You said it's one of your favorites.
Oh, I love it. I would be really sad if it wasn't on the list. So if it has to go at number 9, that's fine. Like honestly, and yeah, I'm not gonna fight it. Honestly, it was my number 2.
Gorge.
So like, yeah,
I should have left it because I could have played something else and would have been higher.
Let's go with it, man.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
we're good locking it in.
Synergy.
Oh yeah.
Mexican guitars at number 9. You know what that means?
It's still Jake's turn.
That means it's still Jake's turn. It's number 8. Jake.
It is.
What are you thinking?
Okay, so I'm gonna play my number 3 here.
Do it then.
And it's the pre-Impossible Pass song. It is from a 7-inch called Hold On Dodge. And it is a song called oh God. I don't like this. It's a song called Sunday Morning.
You hate that song? Rob, big feelings.
I like the No Doubt one better.
You can be.
Rob,
I'm really curious about the reaction.
I think Sunday Morning is good. I'm just afraid that the song that I have off that EP is not going to get picked.
Oh,
and
see.
so
you're gonna have to pick
yeah.
it.
Whoa.
I mean, we'll see.
My thing about Sunday Morning that I love is it is such early. It has such a gritty vibe to it. That song.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Greg's voice, like Greg normally has a nice voice, and in this one he is just like screaming and hoarse, and I just absolutely fucking love it. And it just is, you know, I think it's like weirdly musically unlike them, like what they would normally do, but I have absolutely love that. And you know, just the whole like chorus where he's just like screaming, it's just absolutely phenomenal, and that's why it would be my number 3 because it's got such a vibe where you're like, yeah, like I've never seen them play it, but I would love to see them play it.
Shelby, you have feelings.
I do. I'm not going to play upon those feelings. I'm just a little disappointed. That's all.
Why? What?
I just don't really care for anything before on the Impossible Past, and I genuinely have given it. I've given it a fair
Fake fan.
I've given it a real fucking try, so I don't want to hear it out of you. I have listened to the shit, okay? I actually listened a few times. It's just not for me, okay? They found a sound that targeted the audience that is me, and that is who they ended up playing towards after on the Impossible Past. So that's just that.
Vibes.
but I'm not going to
Vibes.
veto you because I'm a little nervous about what's going to happen later in the game. So I'm keeping it safe.
Okay.
This is gonna be a bloodbath.
This
Yeah,
is gonna
it's
get
really
This is gonna
nerve-wracking.
get rough at the top. So Rob, you said you like this song and you're gonna keep it, yes? Or are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
It's not.
Begrudgingly.
Well, I kind of like. Yeah, I'm gonna say begrudgingly, and like I've listened to your guys' podcast. I feel like maybe I'm gonna become Jake in this episode.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Where I'm just like bummed about everything, but I let it slide
Is that
for
Hold on, I'm interested.
options.
Is that really the perception of me? Because I feel like I come out on top more than I do bummed out.
That's good for you.
I think that you
That's so
are
funny.
more willing to be sad about people's choices.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely more willing to
Then-
show how sad I am for sure.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
To show it and then leave it.
You're more
Right.
you're more
I mean, well, okay. I guess the thing that I think about when I think of Sunday morning is I actually think about a hidden home band, and my buddy from the band Urban Outfielders telling me that he played this for his brother one time when his brother was going through something, and so that's cheesy but pretty sweet.
yeah.
So
It is sweet.
I'll let it slide.
I'm not laughing at it.
And
If you
we'll
don't
go
know
with it.
Eric,
And also, it's a good song. It's not worth vetoing. I feel like if I have a veto, I need to save it.
For
if you
what?
don't
You know?
know Eric, the chorus of the song is
It's a
literally
good song.
"Don't worry, brother, this will blow over."
Oh, so
Cheesy.
that's the giggle. Got it.
Yeah.
No, I was
So-
laughing at the name of the band because I think that's genius.
So
Urban
I need,
Outfielders, Gorge. That's so fun.
yeah, it's like the Ramones, but all the songs are about baseball.
Oh, incredible! Get out of here with that. That's perfect.
Why does Jake just keep disappearing?
This just happens. You're gonna have to go along with it.
Yeah.
He has his microphone headset on, so we just keep it moving while he gets himself gathered.
He's line directing us, telling us to continue. Gorge, we
Yeah,
stand.
cool.
Okay, so we're gonna lock in Sunday morning at number 8. You know what that means, Shelby?
It's my turn.
It's your turn.
Let's do it.
First pick.
Oh my god.
Shelby, number 7.
Okay, so since we know I'm such a Rented World stan.
Oh!
Shut up.
Screams.
This song came into my life exactly when I needed it, and it is I'm gonna choose Where Your Heartache Exists. It's a great song, Jake. What the fuck do you want?
Okay. Since Jake's pouring a shot to drown his sorrows,
The song is
From this
gorgeous,
pick.
okay? It
Rob.
has that storytelling feeling that I love.
Where Your Heartache Exists is what it's called?
Yeah. Don't write it down yet. You don't know what's
Well,
gonna happen.
I'm going to write it down, and if it gets, I'll scribble out. I can scribble. Rob, how do you feel about this pick here?
What do you want? What's wrong?
I'm gonna veto it.
Ah!
Slam.
For real?
Slam City. Veto
just-
number 1. Jake. Slammed.
That's new.
Knocking it
Still.
out.
So I want to say this
No.
is my favorite
Oh.
song on that record. This was my number
This
11.
is one you like.
What?
Yes, this song is phenomenal.
It's so
This is the best
good.
song on the record for sure.
What?
Wow.
Oh man.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
No,
Well,
no.
I guess I gotta
mean,
choose another
stick-
song.
Stick to your guns.
See, I told you not to write
play
it down.
your feelings.
Play,
you know?
yeah, play.
Yeah,
vi-
play your feelings.
Honestly, this podcast at the end of the day, what we're
To
really about
me-
is vibes. So vibe out.
This is gonna be really fun
Yeah.
for me. Okay. I'm gonna. Okay,
To
fine.
me,
Wait.
this is the most.
It's the most what?
Go.
No,
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 you
no.
go.
Explain yourself, because I need to know
It's
why
the
you
most
vetoed
boring.
me.
It's one of the most boring songs on the record. It's
Well-
one of the most boring songs on the record to
Well,
me.
then you're in for a fucking
I think
treat.
that, like, to me, when this record. So for me, when this record came out, if like they were in some ways they were trying to create on the impossible past as far as like subject matter goes, and I was like, there's no way you feel exactly the same as the record before, and this song kind of exemplified that stale feeling to me.
Well, Shelby.
I disagree. All right.
It's gone.
Okay.
It's vetoed. It's knocked out.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put another song from Rented World in its place. I just got to figure out which one it is.
Jake is actively groaning
Okay.
and straining in anguish.
Nothing feels good anymore.
Okay, so there's some
I-
head shaking,
I
eye
chose this
roll.
Partially
seeing-
because I love it, and partially because I feel like Jake's gonna veto it.
What is it called?
It's called "Nothing Feels Good Anymore." I like this song.
I just don't want to hit Shelby with a double veto, but I want to veto it really bad.
Live your fucking truth, but I'm just telling you right now that this song is great. It's great. This record is great, and so a lot of people don't like Rented World, and those are probably two songs that make people not like Rented World. But I love it. I represent a very small amount of people in this world with my music taste, guys. We know this.
I mean, again, Shelby, vibe out. Vibe your truth.
I'm vibing.
Vibe.
All I do every single day of my life is vibe.
All I do
All
is
I do
vibe.
is vibe. Oh my god.
Whoa. Okay, so we're bloodbathing on number 7.
I'm sorry.
Wow, double veto. This is
Oh man.
There are good songs on that record. And Where Your Heartache Exists,
Yeah, there are.
phenomenal song. This song is just not it, man.
I'm still
You can
putting
play
something
another
from
song
Ren-
off this
I'm
record.
still putting another song
can
from
still
Rented
do it.
World here.
Let's do one that I like.
I'm working on
Go
it.
for it. It's got some great songs. I'm not arguing that.
Okay, my choice is Transient Love, which is another total snoozer. But I love it. I
How
love
do-
it.
I'm sorry. I can't even remember that song.
I'm just fitting at this point to not vetoing it.
Can you guys hear that?
Oh
I love this fucking song, and I don't care. I don't care who knows it. Although I kind of do.
Okay, so like, real talk.
Real
The Menzingers are my favorite, like, quote unquote, boring punk band.
Yes.
like when I think of punk as like a genre that I'm into, Menzingers are kind of like on the boring side. They're like the boring style of it, but they're like maybe my favorite. And I really like them because they grew on me. So I'm not gonna like complain just because a song is maybe more mid-tempo or slow or anything. Not gonna lie, wouldn't have chosen Translate Love, but also I love that it relates with someone on a different way, because that's one of my favorite things about music is how something doesn't get to you, but to someone else it means everything. That's really cool. It's one of the best things about art. I already got to veto Where Your Heartache Exists, so I don't care. That's
We
great.
could have had the best case scenario, and you guys made it the worst case scenario.
We could have had it all rolling in the deep.
Jake,
We
what
started off so strong with
We did.
your first pick, and then
we did.
we've
You
just
had
gone
my
downhill.
heart and soul, and you played it.
Yeah,
If it makes you feel better, I have no more songs from that record on my list.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's a rough day for you.
Vibe out.
This is rough so far.
Vibe out, Jay.
You know, it's fine. The Menzingers have never written a bad song. It's just some are not as good as the others, and this is one of those not as good ones. But I just cannot veto Shelby again because I feel bad.
I mean,
you have
that-
two vetoes.
that would be an
You do have
unprecedented
two vetoes,
triple
don't you?
veto.
Do you have two
Yeah,
vetoes?
I do have two vetoes. I could veto it.
I can promise you that you'll like what I pick better.
But
I promise you.
then I'm risking more Rented World going up higher.
No, I have no more songs from it on my list.
Yeah, but you still could play them up higher. though.
I wouldn't though.
Yeah, but
You
I
want
just
him
don't
to
want to
veto
do that. to
No,
you.
I
You
do.
want me
I
to-
want him to veto it because then something that everybody likes might get on the list.
No, but it's only number 7, man. I really got to save this.
I really
final
feel like
veto
you
for
should trust
something.
me for number 1 and for number what is my other
Power
one? 5?
play.
Or
4.
I just
A power play's in the
I don't
works.
I really
I
think
think
you're
you're
gonna
gaming
agree
me.
with me.
I
I'm
think
really
you're gaming me, and I don't.
I'm not. I'm really just trying to make a deal with you to make the best possible Menzingers list
I'm
there
looking-
can be.
Yeah, but Rob's gonna play some dumb song off of Hold On Dodge.
Okay.
Man.
I still have a veto, Jake.
Okay,
I'm not gonna let this happen to us.
let's make a choice. Jake.
Veto.
I'm begging. you.
Veto? All right. I just want to clarify here.
Fuck it. Let's just go for the first triple veto of all time.
Triple veto of all time. Of course, it's Shelby. Shelby is
Sick.
the recipient of the first
Oh.
ever triple veto. Jesus Christ.
Cool.
I already regret my choice, but it's fine.
My choice. No, you might
I
not.
Sorry that I came in and ruined your podcast.
No. You might not. You might not hate it.
I literally ran out of space on this line.
No, it's Burn After Writing. It's a great song. I don't think I've ever
Oh,
met
hell
somebody
yeah.
who doesn't
That's
like
a great
that
choice.
song. I think it's a good spot on the list
It's a
for
great
it too.
song.
It's it was a little lower.
Kind of an
on my
underrated
list, but
song.
Yeah, it's a great song.
It's a vibe.
That first
It's the only Tom song that made my list.
I love it.
Well, yeah, and I think what's really special, what makes that Tom song really special is the harmony that Greg does over him. Anyway,
Hell yeah.
it's a great song.
What are our general feelings on this? We're all feeling good about the song.
Do we all feel good about our choices?
I love that song. I think lyrically it's a really good song, just all around.
It's a rager.
Yeah, it's a rager.
I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the quintessential Menzingers song.
You think it's a quintessential Menzingers
I think
song?
it is.
And it's
I
number
believe so,
7?
too.
You what?
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of good songs, man. I feel
they got a lot
like
of
this
good
is a
songs.
quintessential one too.
It's
Yeah,
a good one.
it's great.
It's just the second verse is so good. Like everything comes together to formulate this like musical hurricane that just becomes this like perfect moment. You know, with the like syncopated guitar, with the weird drum beat, with like the lyrics going over it and the harmony, it is absolutely it just creates something special in that moment.
And it burns and it burns and it burns. You know?
It's true.
Oh, is that a lyric?
Yes.
Oh, love.
Yes.
Cool. So we're good with locking this in? We're vibing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. We're going to get
Absolutely.
the fuck away from number 7, locking it in. Moving on to
Oh, man.
number 6. Rob, we're back to
I'm
you.
hurt.
I know.
Oh no.
Welcome back to the show.
So, this is the only not rented world. I'm sorry. This is what's the album after Rented World?
After the party.
This is the only after. No, I actually had 2 after the party songs, but I'm just gonna throw it out. Telling Lies.
Oh, that's a good song. How do you feel, Jake?
Yeah, how does Jake
Uh,
feel?
No, go ahead and talk about it first, Rob. I like this song, so you can go ahead and talk about it.
Your face is just so strong.
So when I first heard After the Party, I was like, oh, there's, the Menz. I remember I saw a Facebook status that was like, the Menzingers sound like a good parody of the Menzingers now. And I felt that way too. But I have a specific, there was a moment where I kept going back to this album just to kind of see if there was more there. And then like I realized that like when it cuts down, it gets to the bridge and gets kind of like sad and emo-y and like admittedly cliche, that it and this is I guess what I meant earlier when I said that like the Menzingers write really good parts, is like it got to me. And then like the other thing I remember is right before I moved to New York, my friends in the band Step Brothers played their last show, and it was with the Menzingers, and I remember them playing this song, and it kind of resonated with me at that show, and that part still gets me. Like it's not, and I know it's cliche, I know that like it's
So good,
what you
though.
expect from the Menzingers, but it the idea, it's one of those things that it's like I don't want him to write about like tension you can cut with a knife like resonating with me, but the way he does it is it just does. Like anyone could write that line, but it's good, I'm into it. And I think that song is a good album starter. It's a really fun song, and especially preparing for this, like I listened to that album a lot just to make sure there wasn't anything I was missing, and that song just sticks out to me.
That is such a good song. It didn't actually make my list. It's a great song. It's no Charlie's Army, but it'll do.
Oh!
Charlie's Army is
Yeah.
not on my list, guys.
Sorry,
It
that was, a
was,
strong
but it
reaction.
got knocked off when Aaron talked
Well-
some sense into me.
Good on him.
This is again, Menzingers write really good parts, and like
Yeah.
I think every song on After the Party has something that resonates with me, even when I can recognize as a whole that like there are things that like I generally dislike about music that are in the songs. Like every song on that record has something that has a part for me.
You know what's nice about the Menzingers too is that sometimes you just listen to a band for the familiarity, and that album, they gave you a Menzingers album. Granted, it may not have been what they were wanting to make at the time, which is really what the vibes it gives me. It really feels like an album that was written to please an audience. But that being said, that's a really good song. It's not my favorite album, but it's not my least favorite.
Well, you know, they I haven't watched like a ton of Menzingers interviews, but like from what I've seen, like they're pretty open about being like, yeah, we do care about what people think. This is our career now, and like,
yeah, I mean that makes sense.
I have to respect that honesty at least.
Yeah.
Even if it's not my personal approach to art, like that's honest, and I'm not in a position to even have that choice.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense.
Yeah. What a wonderful champagne problem that would be, right?
Right.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
God. One day.
We're working towards it.
Yeah. So
One
we're
day,
good.
Sad Girls Club.
And I love this song.
Lousy Advice, ultimately.
I like how he was like, "Yeah, Sad Girls Club is going to be the band that makes it on the Lousy Advice podcast."
Wow.
He might be right though.
Disrespect.
He could be right.
No, I'm
we
just
never
kidding.
know.
Who knows?
I
Either way.
Sorry,
love this song. I love this song significantly.
Mm-hmm.
Are you telling lies?
It is becoming more pertinent to my life as I just turned 29 last week, and my 20s are almost over.
Dog.
It is just turning into
babies.
I know. It is just turning into something that is becoming more relatable, and because this is kind of about being like, what has the last decade brought, in a way, and really that part you're talking about, that ending like bridge part is like, it's so cliche, but it's like unbelievably good. The part where he's like a decade lost in the motions of romance and cheap whiskey is like, I remember the first time I heard that and I was like, oh my God, like this is great songwriting. I love that record. I think it's a million times better than Rented World, but that record is absolutely just top notch.
So I have never noticed that line that you just quoted.
Oh my God,
on the
it's
song
so
that you picked?
Good. Yeah,
that.
like for whatever reason, it's like that song. The more I listen to it, it does resonate with me lyrically. Like people just asking you, like, "Oh, are you still doing the band thing?" And I was like, "Well, I have like a full-time job, but like like that." Yeah, but exactly. That's a good line, and that's gonna make me question my last decade now after this podcast.
Also, happy early birthday.
Oh, TY.
Abso.
Abso TY.
Whoa.
Abso TY. Gorge. So we're gonna lock in Telling Lies on number 6, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
I'm the only one that has a veto.
Oh yeah. So
Honestly, though, I was
Jake.
sweating. I was sweating because if Jake didn't like the song that Rob picked, I was going to be upset. Because then I would have no choice but to feel inclined to veto.
Yeah, it's it'd be hard pressed to veto anything off of that isn't Charlie's Army or Boy Blue.
We're
You don't like Boy Blue?
Oh, Boy Blue is fucking horrible.
I was gonna,
Oh man, we're gonna fight on Facebook later.
I was gonna say this to you on the last episode.
What?
But I was gonna say we're so hard pressed, we might as well be a juicery. Because that phrase comes up a lot. Sorry. Okay. We're gonna lock it in. Number 6, Telling Lies. This is where we take a little break before we get into the top 5 list. This is where I'm gonna go ahead and canonically say, Liquid Death. If anybody who works there is listening to this podcast, give us a goddamn sponsorship. Give it to us. Send us free product and we'll do this, but for real, because right now, listener, this is a fake ad for Liquid Death.
Yeah, we're not telling you to buy it yet.
We're not yet. But Liquid Death, if you're listening, we could be telling all of our listeners, and there are many, to buy your product. Just as a heads up.
Their sparkling water is my favorite.
Yeah, it's so good.
See, but we technically can't say that.
We're not saying that yet.
So it might be. We could say their sparkling water might be the best sparkling water in the world.
We've never had it. Liquid Death, send us a couple of cases and we'll let you know what we think.
Yeah. It may or may not be available in 7-Eleven now across the nation.
It may or may not.
Wow, interesting. So find that out if Liquid Death sponsors us. So if you're listening, give us free stuff. We're going to go right back into it. Number 5.
No, I was going to say, because we did this last time we had a person on, put
Oh,
Rob's
in the
plugs in the
middle.
middle here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rob,
So that people don't skip it at the end.
what are you plugging today? Do you have anything to plug?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
no.
do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You did that
Yeah.
cover. Talk about it.
So, yeah. So, I, as a solo artist, I guess, Rob Lanterman is my name, and I just use my name.
Shout out.
I'm I'm doing a split with Dennis Jaggard of 10 Foot Pole, Seth Idol from False Idol, and Russ Worstel, who's my buddy who played in Skittish Shits, Up and Atom, and now Shrug Dealer. We are doing an acoustic split. It comes out on vinyl via People of Punk Rock Records in Canada, cassette via my label Hidden Home, and Simple Records for CD. And I covered Dido on it, which is sick as hell.
Okay, wait.
So
And
sick.
Is that
what's
out
up?
right now?
No, it comes out April 8th.
What Dido song did you cover? Is it the
I
one?
covered Thank You.
I love that.
Sorry,
song.
I didn't do White Flag.
I know, because I was gonna say the song from Roswell, but
I think that Thank You is a better song.
Thank You's still a fantastic song.
It's good.
You
I
know,
played,
it's that Eminem song.
It is that Eminem song.
It's really good. Nostalgia. I don't feel like, I'm not gonna shit talk my own cover.
Yeah,
but-
don't do
Yeah,
that.
be proud of
we want people to
yourself.
listen to that.
It's
Yeah, no,
so
I mean,
good.
it
It's
came-
insane.
It came out good. Other than that, I do run a label called Hidden Home Records, hiddenhomerecords.com, hiddenhomerecords.bandcamp.com. We're doing a lot this year, so please cover my costs and buy our records.
Get in on the ground floor of this new, soon-to-be worldwide enterprise.
Yes, new as in 6th year going on.
Yeah, hey.
Whoop.
They don't know that.
Um,
We're brand new. We started 2021.
first year record label from New York City.
Yeah. Hey man, Henry Ford was still calling Ford new in year 6.
Yeah.
Well, I've really wanted to be just like Henry Ford. So we have a lot coming out this year. We're working with a band called Whippin' Shitties, another band called A Very Special Episode from New York that I'm really excited about. My band Shrug Dealer, I'm finally going to put our record out. A guy named Dane Griffin, who used to play in a band called Merit. Yeah, we're doing a lot. So
so that brings us right back in. Okay, I'm going to go over what we have so far, and then we'll jump into number 5. Ooh. Number 11, My Friend Chris. Number 10, Bad Things. Number 9, Mexican Guitars. Number 8, Sunday Morning. Whoa. Sandy. That's not right. Number 7, Burn After Writing. Number 6 is Telling Lies. And number 5, Jake, what is it?
What's number 5?
Okay, so I'm gonna play my number 2 here.
I already know what it is.
And this is a very special song to me because I'm gonna play this card. It is my wife and I's song.
And what else is it, Jake? What else is it?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I think that I know the song.
I think you're talking about a different song, which is my number 1.
Okay.
Cool. This is my wife and I's song, and it is the title track off of After the Party. The song After the Party.
Cool.
This is yours and Nicole's song?
Yes.
Aw.
Which is just it is just a beautiful song about a relationship of some kind that is, there's a lot of music in your life. It's more about the two of you. Like the part of the song that really cements it in for me is being like, the after the party, it's me and you part of the song. Because that's what we think all the time is like when we have these crazy nights of shows and doing all this stuff and going to like bottle rocket shows, doing backstage stuff, having this crazy night till like 4 or 5 in the morning, or like our shows where we go out to the cafe and it's like it's a really long thing. Then we go to Brian's house afterward and have fun. But it's like, yeah, like that was all fun and that was great. But it's like after all of that, the most important thing is me and you. Like after the party, that's what matters at the end of the day is me and you. That's what makes this song to me is like it's such a special thing. And just the chorus of this song is like so good. That everybody wants to get famous, but you just want to dance in a basement. Just loving that thing of being like, you know, the thing that I love about you is that you just want to be this person that is just enjoying in the moment kind of deal. And that's what it's just, I can go on forever. This is a very special song for me. And I absolutely love it.
Mhm.
Gorgeous.
I love that. That was beautiful. And also, that just makes me want to wail my eyes out. So thanks for making me feel things in
Yeah.
my cold, dead heart.
I feel like the music video for this song also is very good and conveys that same idea.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this, Rob?
Okay, so I feel like this was on my list.
Gorgeous.
It's also the one that when I realized I wrote 12 songs, I took it off. But I think the video for me is really what sold the song for me, not the song itself. But everything you said right now, I was like, oh, I was in love once, you know? So
And the crying continues.
so yeah, I'm not gonna fight that at all. I have no reason to fight that.
Yeah.
Gorge.
It's just for me, it's just
That
like
was
there's so
cute.
many specific lines I can pick out about the way that me and my wife met, where it was like we were very concentrated on our jean jackets and our denim vests, and there's a whole thing about jean jackets, and then it's like talking about getting drunk and talking for a long time.
Don't ruin it.
Which is something that me and my wife do. So it's just it's like this really long thing. I just love it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's really interesting because like there are bands, you know who else name drops Minor Threat in the song?
What?
Once again, Good Charlotte.
It's true.
Ooh.
Just wanted to bring that up.
Joel, Benji, if
it's
you're
cool.
listening, hit us up.
I think it's cool when bands know, I'm kind of stealing this from my friend, but when bands know bands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when bands know bands and they recognize and like you're like, I'm just
When
like you
bands,
because I like that
when
band.
bands reference bands.
When bands know bands know bands, that's culture. I
When
mean,
bands know bands
And you
know
know what
bands,
that
that's
is,
even, like,
Eric?
another level
that's
of it.
synergy.
And
It's
you know
growth.
what that is?
It's
That's
growth.
growth.
It's growth.
That's
It's growth. It's synergy. It's
Oh.
it's active engagement and community. It's community building. It's community organizing. Truly. At the end of the day. Okay, we'll fucking rock and roll. After the party, we're sticking to it. We're locking it
Yeah.
in. After the party, locked in. Shelby, you're on number 4 duty. What's your number 4?
I've had so many songs vetoed that at this point it's like, what do I have left? You know? Just kidding. I did push for one of them. So this is gonna come as a shock to all of you, but my choice is Gates.
Love.
That was my number 2 song. Yeah, Gates is a very special song to me. I don't know what about it. Because when I first heard it at the time, it wasn't necessarily relatable. But it's just one of those emotion-provoking songs, like down to the fucking the da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. When I hear that, my eyes well up, and I don't know why. And I think that if that is how I react to a song, it's going to be probably my favorite song ever. Yeah, I'm having a hard time putting into words what this song meant for me when I heard it, but it was very special to me. This is the song that I heard and was like, I'm going to do acoustic covers on the internet. And then I did it the next day.
How is everyone feeling about Gates?
It's good. I think it's
Yeah, well, we did a cover of
think
it for
that-
your label, Rob, so I would hope you like it.
yeah. Yeah, I think that I was really stoked when you did that cover, and I think that I jokingly said when we agreed to do this podcast that I was going to say that your cover was better than the original.
Ooh.
I think that I like it. I do like that song. I think that it's the Where Your Heartache Exists of this album, but I think it's good. I like it.
Whoa. Because I know what you meant by that, I'm a little shook, but
Ooh.
it stays. It stays. You know why?
But
Because everyone already vetoed me.
It's true.
But it does resonate with me. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
Yeah.
it's a good song, and lyrically, it's very, very, very good.
And it's a song
And
everybody likes.
I agree with you about that guitar part. I think it's just something about the chord progression maybe isn't my favorite, but yeah, it's a good song.
Jake,
Jake, do you love it?
tell me you
Oh,
love
I
it.
love this song. It was number 7 on my list.
Gorge.
Absolutely love it. The second verse of the
fandom.
song I love, even though I think the second verse of the song may be the spawn of the Menzingers meme of singing about waitresses and smoking.
Yeah. It
I
is.
think this may be where it started. Because Eric, if you don't know, this whole meme about where they sing about waitresses and smoking and waitresses that smoke and all kinds of stuff like that kind of thing. So I think this is, but that verse is so good. It's not hard to fall for a waitress when you both smoke the same cigarettes.
Emo pop punk bands love diners.
Yeah, they do.
It's true. So does David Lynch.
People talk about pizza and friendship, but like diners.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the third runner-up for
pop punk.
Menzingers are kind of like an old, like old souls. Like they're past the pizza. They're into the diners with the waitresses who go around roller skates.
Instead of like basement shows, pizza, and friendships, we're on to ennui, existential crises, and diner food.
Mm-hmm.
We're on to black coffee with a cigarette and a slice of cherry pie.
True. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. You're right.
Right.
That was good.
Aging emos watching Twin Peaks.
This is like golfer hat punk instead of like snapback punk.
Oh
Yeah.
damn,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good. That.
It makes sense because I like golfer hats so much more.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a level of sophistication to them.
Yeah.
That snapbacks just can't present.
Okay.
Cool.
Mhm.
Well, we're locking in Gates at number 4. That means we are at the top 3 best songs
I'm
of
nervous.
the Menzingers. And you know what, Rob? It's your pick, and it is your last pick. Make it count.
Why do you look so menacing over there?
I'm
Menzing?
scared. I'm shaking.
Fuck up.
I'm literally shaking.
Stupid.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Quivering.
I actually had a lot of quite a bit of on the Impossible Past on this.
Live your truth.
And you guys have mentioned, I think, a lot of the songs I love on that record. Maybe not. I'm trying to remember what the other songs were, but this is a Hold On Dodge song. The only one I had. And it's Lilith Abbey.
Jake, do the thing.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Do the thing. You look so
So-
happy. Don't look too
Wait.
happy.
Wait. Do you want me to say why first before you veto it?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's let him explain why
Yeah,
first.
okay. State
Because
your case.
you should really only veto immediately when you want to play
You
it
hate a
higher up.
song.
When
No,
you
we
want
wanna
to
play it higher
You're
up.
right. You know what, Jake? Thank you for being sensical. Rob, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. So this song is well. First of all, I think that the harmonies and the refrain of the song are absolutely incredible. The emotion it evokes, the way that it starts with just the guitar and only harmonies, and then the drums, just kind of slowly builds into what the song becomes. The idea of like losing a friend to their partner, I think, is really for me. I mean, I haven't lost that many friends to their partners that I really care about, but regardless, like the way that he, I think, evokes that is really good. He uses a lot of imagery because I read about it, and I guess it was like he lost someone to like a super religious person or something, like he lost a friend to like a religious partner or something. And so he, I think that it's like really well explained in the song. And like a lot of Menzinger songs, the song structure is kind of weird, but it's still really catchy and still tugs at your heartstrings. This is absolutely my third favorite Menzinger song ever. So do what you will.
So I'm in a pickle, and let me tell you why. Because I don't like this. I don't like this.
Well, here's the thing.
What
though.
if I veto him and then he plays my number 1 and then I have to play something else and nobody has vetoes and then nobody's happy?
But I will say, unfortunately, as the commissioner, you did already veto.
Did I?
Whoa, he's holding you to that?
Oh,
Was that not? Wait,
whoa.
hold on.
No,
Before
I
we-
didn't
I
say
mean-
anything because all I said was Jake
I
do
mean,
the thing.
if
And
you
technically
feel-
I
if
did
you
not say
feel like-
anything.
You know what? Actually, you're correct. You're
I was
correct.
say, do you feel like she took her hand off the piece?
No. Well, now that she's saying
Okay.
what she did say, because in my head I heard veto, but you
Mm-mm.
actually didn't say veto. You said
Mm-mm.
Jake
You
do the
still would
thing.
play it. Yeah.
You implied it, so it doesn't count. Yes.
Thank you for
No, never mind.
Thank you for hearing my case and understanding.
Yes. So it's not a veto yet.
I have to say, I would have accepted They Speak of My Drinking But Ever My Thirst off this record because I like that song. And it's one of my favorite song titles. And I have a koozie that says that on it.
Okay,
but yeah,
koozie.
this song, I listen to this EP a lot, and every time this is on, I'm like, this is fine.
Rob,
I can't veto it, so it doesn't matter either way. But
I have a question for
you know-
Rob.
Oh no.
So if
Yeah, what's
I veto this, you're gonna play your number one. That's just how this game goes. Yes.
I could play my number 4.
You could, but I don't know.
I
what you're gonna do.
think that 1 and 2 are okay. Let's be honest. 1 and 2 are already like set in stone for all of us. I think that we probably all
Yeah,
have
I think
this.
that we all do know that. So, Jake, I'm gonna go
So-
ahead and
and
ask you to
I
do
think
the
that they're
thing.
basically interchangeable too.
I think
So
you're
I
gonna do the
think that
thing. Jake, do the thing. I'm gonna veto it. Veto. I veto it.
Whoa.
Don't make me
That's
regret
official.
this. Don't make me regret
I-
this.
I
We
think
know
you're
what
gonna
song.
regret it.
I have number one, and
Okay, so I just want to acknowledge
we know what
I
song.
feel
This
so
is-
bad about this right now.
this
This is a bad idea.
this is literally the most vetoes of any episode.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
officially 5.
Four.
No, 5.
Really?
This is
Mm-mm.
5 vetoes.
1,
Wait,
2, 3, 4.
oh, I misspelled something and I scribbled it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're right. 4 vetoes. JK.
I do
thought it
feel
was
good
5.
because I hold the number one spot, and I feel like everybody knows what the number one song should be. And so if we go against that, yeah, I think that we do. Do we not?
But see,
Okay.
this could
I
be a
think
My
they're-
number one.
I think that there are 2 songs that are interchangeable between 1 and 2.
I would say
think
you're
we all
probably
have
right.
them the same.
I don't know that you're
I-
right on that end, but I think they come from the same record.
Here's the thing, though. Is this a Sum 41 Fat Lip, Jimmy Eat World the Middle situation?
What?
What does that even mean?
The last week, when I thought that you guys were talking about
Oh.
The
the
middle.
middle, and you
I
guys were
was
talking about Fat Lip.
Fat Lip, yeah.
No, and well, not even talking about Fat Lip. I was talking
he
about
wasn't even
In Too
talking-
Deep.
In Too
Yeah.
Deep. That's right. JK.
Yeah.
No, in my opinion, these are their 2 among fans. Probably their 2 biggest songs. They're both from On the Impossible Past.
Yeah,
And
I feel good about my choice.
I feel like I'm gonna let people down with my number 2.
are we going to be okay if those 2 get?
I don't know that
Turn-
because Jake
mixed
has
around.
number 2, so I don't know about one of those songs, but I know about
Shelby
the one
knows-
that matters. I know what one.
Shelby
Jake's
knows
gonna
what my
pick.
number 1 is.
I
Yeah.
do.
Okay,
Because of
So
This is
of
we're
certain
all
things in
just
my life,
speaking.
certain
like-
things in my life that have references to that.
so
You know that we're passionate about this band because we have been
Well, I guess-
absolutely just making deals this whole episode.
Yeah.
Negotiating our
Shelby, are you comfortable with Jake's choices?
Yes, I am.
Because I think.
I don't think it's what you
Okay,
think
'cause I
it is,
think
but
you-
I'm comfortable with it.
Oh,
I-
well, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I,
I'm gonna have to. Well, I'm gonna have to call somebody in the room. So I have to call something in the room to.
To tell
For my
us about
choice.
it. Yeah, it's a whole
Yeah.
thing. I know what it is, and it's a great song, but
Okay.
I just don't know if you
Well-
think it's what it is.
in that case, I think I'm going to choose Shelby's number 1 choice for my number 3.
You piece of shit.
Ah!
What is
I'm
it?
sorry. I think I'm going to choose.
Why would you do this to me and not Jake?
Because I think these are the last 2 that I can get on there.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going to say Obituaries.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
That's what I wanted you
yeah.
to pick. That's what needed to go
okay,
there.
okay.
I'll play
we're good,
either.
we're
I
good,
wasn't
we're
gonna play
good.
that.
Yeah, I know because I know what you were gonna pick, and I needed him to pick Obituaries so that
Gorge.
I could pick the right answer.
Oh, wow. This is working out.
Yeah, it really
Yeah,
is.
this is great.
Whoa,
This is so stressful.
Shelby. Go off. I love
Shelby
it.
we all-
gamed the game.
We all thought
I
that we were
literally
gonna pick the same
manipulated
song
this
that
whole
we didn't
fucking
want each other to pick. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Everybody allowed me to manipulate them.
Shelby said cheat codes.
I feel wrong. I'm not ever doing this again. Didn't feel good to get here,
Okay.
guys.
So now that we have obituaries on the list, how are we feeling about obituaries?
I will fuck this up. I fucking know it. Are you kidding me? So, yeah. So Charlie's Army was on my list at the like the bottom, and then Aaron was like, "Why the fuck isn't Obituaries on this list?" And I was like, "You're right." And you know where that belongs? That belongs in the top 5. So how could I have ever not put
Right.
that on my list?
I
It was.
I think that the
oversight.
verses for Obituaries are like peak Greg. Like as far as like descriptive imagery, as far as like the chorus is super repetitive and super whatever. That could be maybe overly relatable, and that could be a bad thing. But because the verses are so specific, it pulls the whole song together,
and it pulls the whole
it's-
album together.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. I'm not gonna argue with that at all. Yeah,
Lyrically.
totally.
Yeah, sorry. That was an
It's
incomplete thought.
no. I think that's fair. I think it's something that like no one wants to admit that everyone relates to being like, oh, I'm gonna screw this up, but no one wants to admit that they've had like that extreme of that thought. But it is something that like once you hear the song and you're in like a really tight situation, that's gonna come into your head. And at least for me it has. So yeah. Cool.
Great song.
Oh, I'm so thrilled.
Gorge,
right
are we
now.
locking that in?
Let's.
You know what? Maybe
Hell yeah.
I'm not dying. I'm just living in decaying cities.
Yeah, you're right.
Big vibes. Big
As they say.
vibes.
Another good storytelling song as
Yeah,
well, but
definitely.
like not super cliche the way he tells the story.
Yeah.
IMO. So
IMO. Emo.
IMO. IMO.
IMO. Jake. Okay, we're logging obituaries. Number 3. That brings us to number 2. Jake.
Okay.
It's.
So can you give me a second?
I mean, I guess.
He's got to go get.
You can keep this all in.
He's got to go get someone.
I don't have you. He's told this story. I know this story.
You know the story.
Do I?
Yeah, for sure. You know.
Is this gonna make me
It's so
feel
wholesome.
single again?
It's so wholesome. No, actually, it's not. But it will warm your heart.
Oh, cool.
That was fantastic. Thank you for that. That was so funny.
I was just talking, so
I mean, it
you're
was.
welcome.
It was a moment.
The tone was incredible. Oh, cool.
It was a moment.
I was just kidding. Oh, I was wondering if it'd be an animal.
So Rob, meet my dog.
What up, dog?
This dog is named after my favorite Menzingers song.
Okay.
And the song that I'm playing at number 2, which is Casey.
Okay.
Such a little sweetie.
Aw, hey, Casey.
My
You
absolute-
meet your friend.
When we were looking for female dog names for our dog, me and my wife we were going through like what's a Menzinger song, and we said, oh, Casey, because that's my favorite song.
Mhm.
Some of my favorite memories for this song are I would take her to go get food, and she would sit in the passenger side of my car, and I would have the windows down, and I would be screaming the lyrics of this song to her while she just looked at me like the entire time.
Aw.
And I just absolutely
Mhm.
love this song. I think lyrically it is fantastic. She's really wanting down. Lyrically it's fantastic. Musically it's phenomenal. It's just, I think it's got some of Greg's best lyricism in any of his songs. It's just my absolute favorite, what I think is the best of their songs. This is my number 1, so I'm playing it number 2.
Wow. Cool.
Ugh, I'm so pickled.
Do you like Casey?
Pickled? Tickled?
Tickled? Pickled. No, I think as a verb, pickled works.
I'm
like in a
I'm
pickle,
in
I'm
orbit,
pickled.
guys. I love that song so much. So much. His vocals are incredible, first of all. Ooh, did you hear that?
I heard that. What was that?
Aliens.
Aliens.
His vocals were incredible, but also I just feel like that song really has the sentiment of not being able to shut the fuck up about somebody that you adore. And it's just so relevant to me because when I adore
That's
someone,
why it's fitting.
what? What'd you say?
Because I adore this dog.
Yeah, it's like I'm very pleased. I knew that this was going to be here, but I'm still very pleased. It's such a wonderful song.
Rob, do you like this song?
I do. I like it less going back to the album now, but I do like it. Yeah. I'm not gonna argue. And, the other day, so like since I found out I was doing this, I've been kind of revisiting this band a lot, and I watched a show where they kind of explained like where the song came from and stuff, and yeah, it was cool. I'm not gonna argue with this. I think I will say there's an interview that Greg did on the dude from Off With Their Heads podcast around the time that After the Party came out, and he's like, for the record, like I've never drank and drove. Also, I'm not even 30 yet. And I thought that was like really, really funny. That made me think of the song. Agreed. But yeah, it makes me think of Casey Keel from Wicked Bears and MC Casey. And I'm not just saying that. Like I think that me and him have actually like talked about this particular song before. and I've known him like since before I had the label, before any of that. So like I am not going to argue with this. It's a good song.
Gorge. That means Casey is locking it in at the number 2 spot. And you guys know what that means?
That means it's time for number 1.
That means it's number 1 is Shelby's pick. Shelby.
Is number 1 Hubert?
It's Hubert. That's my dog.
It's the
My
bars.
dog's name is Hubert. Just
Is there a Menzinger song named Hubert?
no.
Oh.
No.
But I wish.
I would be
That's
like,
like
whoa.
Hubert.
My bird. Oh, he's sleeping. Sorry. All right. So we know what number 1 is. Do I even need to say it, Eric?
I don't know.
Oh.
Wait,
I think you do because I have no idea.
Oh.
I'm
it's-
actually really scared that it's not what I think it is.
I
now.
mean, I don't know. It's good things. I think that is
Yes!
the best.
Yes. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Like I said,
Oh.
it may not be my favorite Menzinger song, but it is the best Menzinger song.
I did know this. You told me earlier.
Yeah, you did. I told you.
Oh.
Because I was trying to get you to like the Menzingers.
I'm so wrong.
We've already kind of touched on this, but I've been having a horrible time pulling myself together, and then for it to pick up and for him to just scream it was a pivotal moment in time for me, as an angsty youth.
Youth angst.
Yes, almost 10 years ago now. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
feeling about good things? Good things?
Do we feel good things? Jake, how do you feel about this song?
This was my number 9.
Okay,
that
so
was
it was
very
on
low.
your list,
It was on my list, way lower.
but still on your
'cause
list.
it's still it's just a phenomenal song with very few lyrics. Just one of those things where it's like I think about bands that are able to write songs that are this good with as few lyrics as possible. And this is like a perfect example of that. Like and it's just perfect the way they cut it up with like when we would take rides in your American Muscle
I was
Car
about to say
part.
that. Yeah.
Just to change things up. And it just makes me think, it's that visual storytelling. It makes me think of being a teenager bombing around in a friend's car. Like just I don't know. The way that Greg visually paints a story is like absolutely phenomenal. And this is the start of that kind of in on this record. And it's so good. And if you go see this band, when they play this song, it is like the crowd is like singing so loud it's like hard to hear the actual band playing. It is insane.
Because everybody in the world has been having a horrible time pulling themselves together.
Yeah.
Also, the line, I felt American for once in my life and I never felt it again. Whew.
Ooh, that's great.
That's
Cool.
good. That's a cool line.
What a cool line. What a very real line once you get older and realize how much of a fucking sham it is.
Yeah. How it's all fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fake as fuck. Rob, how do you feel?
I love this song. This was a top 10 song of all time for me. I
Is
think.
this what you were hoping I would pick?
Back in? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this was my number
Bangers
1.
on bangers.
I think that this song, this is the one that I found that like really got me into the Menzingers. Going through my first like long-term relationship breakup, right? And like everything about it, just the way he sings it in the beginning with the guitar part, and like this is the perfect song to bring me in this band. Surprisingly, the bridge is actually probably my least favorite part of the song, the one that you guys were just talking
Really?
about.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it just felt forced to me, a little bit. But like, yeah, I think it's interesting, like listening to because they did like the acoustic EP or whatever it was around the time they put this out, where they had like a different version of the song. And I think the way he fit the line into that was maybe to my ears better, but at the same time, like this is one of my favorite songs of all time. I think that it's perfect. I think it speaks numbers that band like I remember like a Bayside covered this, and Bayside's like a band that's like 10 to 15 years older than the Menzingers.
Yeah.
Already had a career covering it. I think that speaks numbers to how good this song is. And I am so glad this is chosen as number 1. It's one I go back to whenever I'm having a hard time, and like try not to say it because it's so cheesy, but like it is really, when I started playing shows like by myself without a band, I would cover it. Which again, really cheesy, but amazing song.
Also,
That's
I
great.
cannot I cannot in good faith go through this whole podcast and then especially picking this song without mentioning my dear friend Ilya, who hates the Menzingers so much. Like with a fiery passion. And when we were talking about it, I was like, what about Good Things? You really hate that song? And he said, I heard this song live and I almost fell asleep. I know, Jake.
So,
anyway,
I'm just not even going to comment on it.
yeah, we got through
are we canceling them?
No,
I love
definitely not. We love Ilya so much. But I
remember when we were on tour and Anna came out and I was like listening to it in the hotel room and I listened to it like 4 times.
Yeah, we were all there, Jake. Actually, I don't know if Eric were you. Eric may not have been there, but I was definitely.
Where was
there.
I?
I don't know.
What city were we in?
We were in Coeur d'Alene.
Coeur d'Alene.
Oh, did I
Oh.
go do something? No, I was there.
You were
I was
there?
making a little video.
I think he was there. Yeah.
It's
I made a little
so
video.
It's just so.
it's so
good.
funny that I was in Coeur d'Alene when you guys put that show and I didn't know it. And then I
Yeah,
just threw the
nobody in
song
that
in
whole
for your
fucking
Spotlight
town
show.
knew
Yeah,
it.
nobody did.
Honestly,
Nobody fucking knew it.
That would
That was my first place that I ever played on tour, was that same place you played.
Yeah,
And
did you
also
have
Coeur
anybody
d'Alene
there?
is not like what?
Was there anybody there?
No.
Like, at your show?
And
no,
of course not. And
Yeah,
like,
so-
and
Sidebar, because like what happened was some local college girl played acoustically or something, right?
and she brought like 40 people.
And there was like maybe like 20 to 30 people there.
Yeah.
No, there was a lot of people.
Yeah,
I
there was
felt
a
like.
lot
And
of
then
people.
She
as soon
left.
as she was done, she left and they all vamoosed out of there.
they
But
all
we
left with
got
her.
all of the money from the door.
Yeah, we
so
did.
that was
We got all the
fine.
money, so who gives a
And
shit?
we
We got
played
paid.
for ourselves and the coffee person, the barista.
Yeah.
Who was
Wow.
stoked?
I literally went to that coffee house and I was there too.
Really? Oh my gosh, I love.
Yeah, I was like, this is where I played my first show on tour, and like I got coffee and like sat by myself and worked for a while. And
Yeah, we
Gourd.
sat by
when I
ourselves
saw the
and worked
videos
for
of
a
you guys
while,
playing, I was
too.
like, no way.
I mean, honestly, I would have loved if you happened to be there, and it was
That would've
just
been
we're
funny.
playing a show for you, and you're like, "Hey guys," and we're like, "Hey, what's up?"
If there was anybody there, they would have gotten a really special show too.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I was
think it's,
interpretive
well-
dancing during the Sad Girl set.
Well, also
Yeah.
those like 3 kids who had a special show until they were like, "Is it okay if we leave?" Because they were they felt like so bad that everybody else had left, and they're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
great," and then they like left at a certain point. Like, you don't have it's fine.
I think it was in between bands.
Was it in between bands
Yeah.
that they bounced? Yeah.
yeah.
That
How
was
fun.
Yeah, and we're talking about Calypso's coffee.
Calypso.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Shout
Yeah,
out
yeah.
Calypsos.
Shout out Calypsos.
Even the
They're-
person
they're
that
nice.
helped me book that show didn't go.
Coeur d'Alene has some like really bad history in it,
Yeah,
and
they're like hella
the people-
racist, right? It's just like big
well,
white
yeah,
supremacist.
yeah, like the whole Ruby Ridge thing happened in that area, and like
oh,
by
it
Hayden Lake and stuff.
did.
And like my ex-girlfriend was working there for the summer, and like people would leave like little racist pamphlets and like the
Ew.
grocery like leave them, like she worked at a grocery store, and they'd like leave them in the aisles between like the food items and stuff.
That's so scary.
Yeah, it's weird.
That lake is
yeah, it's
beautiful, but
awful.
knowing that history after having
Yeah.
been there, I'm like, oh, I would have felt
Right.
that would have been so
Well-
bizarre.
Well, I'm not actually sure if it's that lake or a different one nearby. There's like 2 lakes. There's like Hayden Lake and there's like the Coeur d'Alene Lake. But
Ooh.
I think they're different. Maybe they're the same. I don't know. You know what? Just I'm from Idaho. I don't know anything about it. So just like ignore me.
Hell yeah,
I had a fantastic time roller skating there.
it was fun.
Back when
I-
people made fun of you for
Yo.
roller skating.
did I make fun of you?
No, but people did.
Oh, okay, cool. As long as I wasn't the one.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got the fucking list.
We
How
got the
rad.
fucking
We did
list.
it. So I'm going to run through this, and then we're going to hit up discards real quick, and then we're going to let you go because I know it's like 11 o'clock.
Deal.
Number 11, My Friend Chris. Number 10, Bad Things. Number 9, Mexican Guitars. Number 8, Sunday Morning. I keep wanting to say Sandy. My goodness. Sunday Morning. Number 7, Burn After Writing. Number 6, Tellin' Lies. Number 5, After the Party. Number 4, Gates. Number 3, Obituaries. Number 2, Casey. And number 1, Good Things. This is the best Menzinger songs of all time. Rob, what did you have on your discards list that didn't make the list?
Okay, so I want to show you my whiteboard of Menzingers
Oh my
songs.
god.
Wow. It's art.
So this is what I got. Oh, are you taking a picture?
Yeah.
I can just
You were so
send it to you if you
prepared.
want.
Jake didn't even write a
Um,
Jake Margot didn't even write a list when he came on the when he came on the pod for the first time.
Winging it.
Dude, you know what I think about Jake? No, I love him. he took me to one of my first rooftop bars in New York, and I adore him. And his Elvis hair. So again, I made a list of 12. The ones that didn't make it on were Mail Call off of the second record. The first song on the first record, which is Alpha Chi Falls Off the Balcony, which to me is like
song.
Okay, so there was like a recent interview with Brendan Kelly where he said After the Party was the hardest working punk rock song. I disagree. I think it's Alpha Chi Falls Off the Balcony. That is the hardest working punk rock song of the last like 15. Oh man, it's 2021. Yeah, no, 15 years. This surprised me when I was going back through their discography. I had I Can't Seem to Tell on there.
That was on my long list, but did not make it to the short list.
The way the vocals go in that song, like, first of all, I'm a big fan of like the occasional like a jumpy song like that, but also like the lyrics to that song are just like the way they put it in is very like Piebald-esque. I'm a big Piebald fan, and it was just, I don't know, it got me. So going back through, I was surprised at how much I like that song, but I love it. And so those are the only 3 that didn't make it on.
Wow.
I think, for my list. That's why I was like was very happy for most of this. I didn't have to put up with any song that I hated.
This is so funny.
What?
So almost all of my songs made it to the list at some point before being veto, except for one.
You've only had one song that's on the list?
What?
No.
No.
Oh,
my entire list
through
made it to our list at
to some
point.
extent. Yes.
But I got vetoed.
Incredible.
So the only one that didn't make it. Oh, and Jake picked one of them too. The only one that didn't make it was my only song from After the Party on there, which was Black Mass. That song is Black Mass.
I'm sorry, you cut out.
Black Mass. Black Mass.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Black Mass.
I heard you the other 4 times.
Black Mass.
Yeah, I'm doing a bit. Come on, guys. Yeah.
It's called comedy. Ever heard of it?
and that was still number 10 on my list because I couldn't justify putting it much higher. But I love that song. It's one of their slower.
I'm 1 second. I need to remember which one it is.
We used to get
Really?
high. We used to get high and stare at the moon and wonder how long it would take to walk to. But now that's just the distance between me and you. She was having a moment.
A mom.
So you're a lyrics first person then?
Often,
me and Shelby both are.
oftentimes, yeah. That's where
Okay,
Jake and I
cool.
synergy ends up going well.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And the Menzingers are a lyric first band, I think, in a lot of ways. So that makes complete sense.
Jake.
So there were only 3 that didn't make the list. My number
out.
11 was Where Your Heart Exists. Almost made the list, but it didn't.
You're
but
welcome.
I'm glad that the song that made it in its place is there because that's also a great song. Black Mass was my number 10. Synergy.
Wow,
Oh.
such synergy.
Incredible.
Yeah, I love that song.
Love it.
Absolutely phenomenal. And the number 1 song that I think didn't make the list that I think is a fucking war crime
Yeah,
I don't know that song.
I am. I feel
Is-
like I do.
Sun Hotel.
Yeah, that's a great song. That's a great
Ooh,
song.
a resounding meh from Rob.
That song
I mean,
is
it's
so
good.
phenomenal. I'm
That's
pretty
another
sure
song
this
to
corner of the
me-
world is the loneliest corner in the whole world.
okay.
Is one of
Okay.
the best lines ever written.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. But it's good. But you know what I was saying about like how the Menzingers write really good parts. Like that's how I feel about that song. And it's not that it's bad. Like I do like that song. It's just like that's the best part of that song. And there are other songs with, where the whole song makes you feel that way, and not just that part.
And it's just so crazy because I feel in my core that when they wrote that song, they were broke, and I just don't feel like they're broke anymore. You know?
Yeah. That feels
Also,
You know
correct.
what?
Yeah.
It's still possible that they're broke.
It's
They're
still
punk famous,
possible,
but
yeah.
Shout out to Sun Hotel Part 2. Shout out.
Shout
Love
out.
that song.
yeah.
I think that about wraps this up. Yeah.
Wow, all of us had a lot of our songs make it on. there.
Lousy Advice
Yeah.
Podcast Menzingers episode. I almost said Menzingers again. Didn't. What a treat. This was great. I'm going to go listen to all of this now, probably, maybe. If you're listening to this, check out Hidden Home Records. Check out... wait, what is the release called again?
Go to acousticsplit.com.
Whoa.
Go to acousticsplit.com. Check out Shrug Church. We're the Lousy Advice Podcast.
Shrug dealer.
Oh, my God. Did I say Shrug Church? Shrug dealer.
Yeah.
My God. See, that's me confusing the two.
You're really nice. It's okay.
We're a band, Lousy Advice. Go check us out. Hit us up. Give us 5 stars on every platform you can. And write a little note because you love us. And also, Liquid Death. Give us
money.
give us stuff, please, and thank you. Check us out on the nostalgianetwork.com. Check out our other shows. Super cute, super cool. What else do we say? Is that it?
Good night, folks.
That's all.
That's all, folks.
Okay. I'm gonna stop recording. Bye. Thank you. This podcast has been brought to you by the Nostalgia Network.
Visit thenostalgianetwork.com for more.